Bottom line is we weren't ready to play. That starts with me, and I got to do a better job of having them ready to play. They kicked our butts. We got into chase mode. We turned the ball over a couple times early. Got into chase mode, and we were out of our game plan.
Were they playing real aggressive defense, or they were jumping the receiver?
Well, they did some. They did some things, but we were expecting that. For whatever reason, mentally, we just weren't there. And when you get one defensive stop too, here's the mental issues. The two turnovers. We get stopped right going into halftime. We just can't seem to punch it in. We drive down there and then we just stall. We get them in 4th and 20 and give up a touchdown.
Yeah.
I am so tired of that. That's been going on all year long, and it's going to be addressed on Monday. But I don't think from a skill position standpoint, receivers and DBs, I don't think we were ready to play. Bottom line.
So it's really more of a mental aspect of this game?
That, and I think you got to give Utah some credit. They were ready they were ready to play. This is a big game for them. What I don't understand was they didn't go for the tiebreaker at the end. They had the ball. They didn't play for the tiebreaker. We beat them by 16 and won by 3. I think they just were happy with the win.
Because if you guys end up tied.
Oh, yeah. We could go down to San Antonio next week. We get beat. Yeah. The tiebreaker would win the division. So
you think it's just oversight on their part? Do you think the coach understood
either that or they were just happy with winning the football game? So.
But you wouldn't be. Yeah. You would want to go for the tiebreaker.
Oh, there's no question.
Yeah.
You got to think ahead.
You got to be thinking about that stuff. I was thinking about it when we were on defense. I was like, hey, we got to play defense here because they're going to go for the tiebreaker, and then they didn't. They was just content with running the clock out.
So you can approach this week's practice any differently? Work on more of the mindset or discipline?
I think from a coaching standpoint, we're going to continue to do what we do. I felt like we had a good game plan in for how we were going to attack them, but we got to show up and be ready to play.
Yeah.
And our leadership on the team's going to have to step up and play.
The receivers just out of sync, or was it the pressure on that one?
Probably a little bit of both. They did some things in secondary too. I thought was pretty good, but it was a little bit of both. But I saw in warm-ups. I can look in their eyes and tell when they're dialed in and when they're not dialed in. We weren't dialed in. So there's going to be some guys that are going to have to look in the mirror and, get ready. And that's the thing. These guys get paid to play too. In Utah, we go up there, we beat them by 16. I told them all week, it wasn't the same team.
Right.
It wasn't the same thing. Rob Keefe came in. I thought he did some good stuff on defense with a coordinator standpoint.
Real aggressive.
But they play. We embarrassed them on their home turf earlier in the season. They were going to come back and bow up.
Yeah.
They were. They're just too good of a football team not to. So they were going to come back and respond. And
you guys weren't able to create a turnover.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough.
We'll get the film. We'll look at it. We're going to address it. But we made too many mistakes tonight to overcome beating a good football team.